is good. I mean, I needed this.
That is it's their most popular one, but it's my favorite one.
I would agree. And I started drinking a little bit earlier than usual.
When did you start drinking?
And I had an empty stomach too.
When did you start drinking?
I grabbed a beer when we started. You know, when I got here, and I just this is my second beer already. And it's been like 15 minutes.
It's not even 1 in the afternoon yet.
It's been like 15 minutes, and I was on an empty stomach too. So, just prepare yourself is what I'm saying. Because shit could get crazy.
Prepare your butthole. What's a phrase you don't understand?
Languagey.
What's a phrase you? Hi, by the way.
Hey, shit. But phrases that I don't quite understand.
Yeah, is there a phrase that's always confused you in some sense?
Dude, things always confuse me. I'm sure.
Women.
There's that.
The government.
True.
Women.
Just the act of social communication in general is sometimes lost on me. So I'm probably the wrong person to ask.
Whatever, Rain Man.
Oh man, this is a hell of a sale on double 4-inch Dutch lap. $6.49.
Uh-oh.
What?
It's all wrong. It's all wrong. Dutch lap. It's all wrong.
No, it says right here. It says right here, Chad.
No, Dutch lap. Dutch lap can't be good. Mm-mm.
Fine. How about staggered edge perfection? It's a little more expensive, but the siding will look fine, I guess.
All wrong. It's all wrong.
Chad, what is wrong?
Need some toothpicks.
You don't need toothpicks.
Need toothpicks for my drink.
You don't need a toothpick.
The toothpicks come first.
Why would you need a toothpick for your drink?
Toothpicks come first.
Ow! Damn it, Chad!
Ow!
Hey, Chad, what confuses you? Everything. I mean...
No, it doesn't confuse him? How many sugar packets are on the floor? He knows exactly how many sugar packets.
32 sugar packets. 32. Yeah. All right, I want to talk about something. Can I talk about something real quick?
No.
Seriously, I saw something on the Faces book. There was this thing this week, right? Okay. There's a thing, and it was a picture of a frat house, right? And they had signs hanging up. One sign said, "Drop your freshman daughters drop off with an arrow down," right?
Yeah, totally classy
One of them
stuff.
Said, I can't remember exactly. One of them was like, drop off your mom, the mom here too, and stuff like that. And, I totally get it. Truth be told, I did not click through to read the article, nothing like that. But I saw the comments that people were having about it, and rape culture, blah blah blah. Totally get it. Totally understand. I'm not demeaning any of that kind of stuff. But this is what it made me think of. Okay.
You just yada yada through rape culture, by the way.
I know. Purposefully. Okay. But here's what it made me think about.
What?
In today's sort of
PC.
more... Well, I think PC is the wrong word. I think we'll call it more sensitive sort of day of...
I can agree with that.
The more sensitive time that we live in.
Yes.
Could TNA films be made in the same way today that they were back in the 80s? I started to question this, right?
Or the 70s.
Even that. Okay. So, today, in today's world, could...
This is interesting.
Porkys have
Hell
happened?
no.
Could Porkys have happened? Right?
Hell no.
It
was Amazing American Pie happened when it did in 99. 99?
Something like that. But I think of American Pie, and I think of that was sort of this reaction to TNA films. But they put women in sort of a place of power in those films, right?
Sexual power, yes.
Sexual power, for sure. And so it was sort of a reaction to the TNA from the 80s. But even so far as to say, could Animal House have been made today? In today's sensitive kind of world?
No, here's why. Because they'd aim for a PG-13 rating. They would try to make Animal House, but they'd be like, no drug jokes. No drinking. You can't show drinking on screen at any point.
Well, sure. I mean, we're talking about movies about... generally, these movies are about guys...
We can show one nipple.
...trying to get laid, right? Stupid males trying to have sex with smarter females.
It definitely couldn't get made?
What?
the bachelor party or what? Tom Hanks' bachelor party?
No.
Hell no.
No.
Direct donkey show.
Well,
although Clerks 2.
Clerks 2?
Clerks 2. Clerks
Pulled
2
off
took
the
that
donkey
way
show.
farther.
It's true. It's
way
true.
farther.
And I would say they sort of made donkey shows mainstream.
Also, Kevin Smith.
They kind of made a donkey show mainstream.
It's true. Kevin Smith also, God bless you. You got Rosario Dawson to not wear a bra for an entire movie. So God bless you, man. Damn titties.
Nice. Wow. See, and I'm not sure that'll fly in today's sensitive world. I'm just saying.
I cut it. It's out. It's gone.
Favorite TNA film of all time?
Favorite TNA film of all time? Not Porkys. Porkys. Your generation loves Porkys because it was the first movie anybody saw boobs, but it's not a good movie.
It is not a good movie. It has one of the greatest scenes of all time, though.
Oh yeah.
With the greatest.
The shower scene?
No, the scene with who's the chick from the show with the New Yorks and and she was mannequin and she was.
It's on the screen.
Wait a minute. No, wait.
Kim Cattrall. Thank you, Jesus.
I think that was Kim Cattrall's first big role too. I don't know. I didn't go on IMDb and check it.
Is it weird to anybody else that Jesus' voice was feminine?
Not a bit.
Okay.
Totally worked for me.
You're wrong, Christians. Sheeple, pull your heads out of your asses.
But come on, that scene in Porky's of Kim Cattrall or having the loudest orgasm that I can possibly remember.
Oh yeah.
And I can't remember the guy who was on screen with which he was big in the 80s too. I can't remember his name. That was a great scene. You have to admit that. But the best TNA film, yes, of all time, I would give you Bachelor Party. I do love Bachelor Party. And that movie kind of launches one guy
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, thank you.
As a film actor and not a TV person.
Right. It takes him out of TV and makes him a
Because up to that he was a cross-dresser on TV, right?
Right. Bosom Buddies. Yep.
Bosom Buddies.
Watched it when
Which
it aired.
I cannot believe that was a show during. Is there early 80s?
It was mid-80s.
Late 70s?
Mid-80s. It was mid-80s.
Early mid-80s?
I would say it is shocking, yes, that it was. As
considering
popular
shit like
as it
the
was.
Cosby Show was also popular.
But they also didn't take it seriously.
By the way,
it was a big joke.
Tom Hanks much more wholesome than Bill Cosby.
Can we not do the Bill Cosby thing, please?
Okay, we won't do Bill Cosby thing, but Bill Cosby thing will do you.
Yes.
I want to talk. Okay, I want to talk about indie movies.
Okay.
We already had this discussion, but I'm going to reiterate it for the camera.
We're reiterating for the camera.
Okay, my wife and I had a movie night recently. We're big, adorable date night, blah, blah, blah. We go to Redbox, and we get this movie from Ryan Reynolds called The Voices, in which he plays a schizophrenic that hears voices from his dog and his cat. And he plays the voices for both the dog and the cat. He ends up accidentally killing somebody at this woman he's on a date with at the beginning of the movie.
Okay.
And then he sort of has this kind of nice love story with Anna Kendrick, midway through the movie. That's like, oh man, this might turn out. This might be like a quirky, dark comedy sort of thing where she's I actually thought it was going to go sort of like she's also a killer and they just find love somehow. I thought that would have been great. I thought that would have been a really funny movie. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, that's a
but
great
no,
idea.
He murders everyone.
Got
Spoilers.
a little dark. Huh? Got a little dark.
And at the end of the movie, he dies in a fire when his house burns down. And I'm like, fuck, we need another movie to not be in this darkness right now. So we go to Netflix, and I give my beautiful wife two options. One, Kill Me 3 Times with Simon Pegg, his assassin movie that came out last year. That looks really
watchable film. I've seen it. Watchable.
He likes it.
Very watchable.
You liked it.
It wasn't fantastic, but it was. I had a good time.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. And then Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, starring Steve Carell and Keira Knightley. And she picked Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. And Jesus is shaking her head right now. I thought it was going to be. It said comedy. It said comedy. It's not a comedy.
That's back in the day, they used to have these things called video stores where you would walk in and videos would be lined in shelves by category. And they got that shit wrong all the fucking time.
No shit. Netflix has it wrong too. Okay, here's the movie. It opens with a meteor is going to hit the world and kill everybody in 3 weeks.
Kind of dark.
Like
Kind of dark.
Kind of dark opening. But I've seen sort of these movies before, and it always pulls out at the end. Like I was just waiting for the end to be like, and the meteor missed us. The scientists were wrong. Like,
and we get to live and be in love.
yeah. But the movie ends with those two crying and telling they love each other in bed while the meteor kills everyone on the planet Earth. What the fuck happened to indie film, man?
Right?
Why is tragedy so trendy right now?
First of all, I have to say, Keira Knightley will always be that girl from Bend It Like Beckham.
What?
She will just always be that girl from Bend It Like. I will be like, when I can't remember her name, it's like, yeah, that blonde chick from Bend It Like Beckham with the fucked up teeth.
You watched Bend It Like Beckham?
My wife watched Bend It
Shut
Like
up.
Beckham. So what did I do? I watched Bend It Like
No,
Beckham.
he watched Bend It Like Beckham. He's blaming it on Amy.
It has like that one soccer guy that came to the United States so he could
David Beckham?
Yeah,
you mean the guy whose name is in the fucking title?
That's what I said. Did I not say that? The guy that... So yes, she will always be Bend It. She will always be that girl from Bend It Like Beckham. So after that point, go on. Well, you were going to say something?
I don't understand why indie films think it's so trendy right now to be like so Shakespearean and tragedies are the way to go.
Right?
Why tragedies?
It's
why?
been that way forever.
But
indie films is like it's about tragedies, about people, going after something and failing miserably.
Sometimes I just feel like no one understands me, you know?
Does it always have to be about you? What about me? I'm transgender and I'm pregnant.
I guess no one will ever understand us. But that's okay.
Being different, it's part of who we are. I'm transgender, and I will be the greatest mother father ever.
Indie film, quote
That's
unquote.
what it is.
Indie film right now, quote unquote, is still multi-million-dollar films
Well, you make a good point.
that are
That's
trying to sell Blu-rays and trying to sell tickets to theaters.
Right,
They're still fucking they're still trying to sell things. So why wouldn't you go a happily ever after ending on some of these?
Because it's about street cred, man.
What's a movie?
acting, it's about
What's a
street cred.
movie? I have an example of this, so I'll go first.
Okay,
I'll
you
give
go
you a
first.
chance to think.
All right.
But what's an example of one that could have been a tragedy, but instead went the comedy route because they're trying to sell more? By the way, this is brought to you by Zipline Brewery. Not really.
Does it have to be indie film, or can it be like a regular Hollywood film?
No, it has to be a lower budget that's trying, like, it could have taken itself very seriously and very pretentiously.
Okay.
Like, because big budget Hollywood stuff, they're always going to go the comedy route. They're always going to do that just so they can sell more tickets and be more, they have legs longer.
That's your point. Okay, what's yours? Go.
My example is, it's called Wrist Cutters, A Love Story. And I think it's a very good film, by the way. It's starring Patrick Fugit and Shannon Sossaman. Shannon Sossaman, for those who don't know, was the chick from A Knight's Tale. That's Heath Ledger's love interest in that movie.
There you go.
Very, and when I was a sophomore in high school, might have been the hottest person on the planet.
Heath Ledger? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
By the scene in which she gets in bed with Heath Ledger and they're both not wearing much, I don't care what your sexual orientation is, you're getting in that bed too. You're getting in that bed.
He is a pretty man.
And she's a gorgeous woman. And it's about this world. It's about this world full of people who've killed themselves, right?
Okay.
And it's kind of purgatory, but not really. It's just like this world, only shitty. just a little shittier.
Gotcha.
It's exactly like this. You still have to have a job. You still have to pay rent. All the same things, but you can't like color is all grade, and it's hard. It's hard to feel good emotions like laughter and happiness and love and stuff like that. It's just hard to feel that way because there's something about the world that just like puts a negative connotation on it. It could have ended in a very negative way, like it ends with them going to a cult run by Tom Waits. By the way, it's a crazy.
That totally
film.
makes sense to me. That completely makes sense.
Tom Waits casually does some of the coolest films ever. But like Mystery Men, for instance, boom.
Right. Yeah. That was beautiful.
And instead of like them going to hell or just everything stops or something like that, they both wake up in the same hospital bed, alive in the real world, smiling at each other. And I'm like, that's wonderful. That's a wonderful happy ending based on like something that should have been super dark.
Sure. Wow. So that's an example. What you're saying? That's an example of an indie film going
to the comedy route, wanting to give the happily ever after ending, because. Frankly, those movies live longer than like super dark movies.
True.
There's very few super dark movies that live for a long time. Like Schindler's List, that'll live for a long time. The Godfather movies, they'll live for a long time.
Seventh Sign,
yeah.
Just making sure.
No.
I was like, Jet, what?
You stop now.
What, really?
No, okay.
What's that one girl from
Do you have an example?
No, I've got nothing. I got way more examples of like dark movies that could have ended on like a happier note. I got a bunch of those.
Yeah.
Like the one that pops into my mind right now is this movie called The Basketball Diaries.
Oh my God, the basketball. Young Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right, and it is.
I got brought that up the other day. Yeah.
It is it's actually a biopic. It's the biopic of like basically Jim Carroll, who becomes this like sort of artist, Renaissance-y band guy, and he's super awesome. I love Jim Carroll band, super awesome. But here's the thing: what if Jim Carroll wouldn't have gotten addicted to heroin? Let's go there. Let's try that story. He'd just be like an accountant somewhere. You know, he'd just be like, "I'm happy with my life."
I got to tell you that probably wouldn't have been a movie.
Oh,
that probably wouldn't have been a movie.
I see your point.
You know what's another? Okay, we were. I don't remember what conversation we were talking. Well, it was this same conversation, but with a different group.
All right.
And the Virgin Suicides got brought up as another one. Holy shit, that movie!
For sure. Suicide Kings.
Suicide Kings.
What if that would have ended like with everybody happily ever after? That could have happened.
That wouldn't have been a very good movie.
No, it's probably
there are examples of when, like, I'll give it to you. Some of them belong as tragedies.
Bill Shakespeare?
William. Yes.
Sorry, William. So very great to meet you.
Yes.
Can I sit? Is that?
Sure. Go right ahead.
Thank you so much. I'm with the studio. We just got through reading your latest draft of Romeo and Juliet. Oh my God! Oh my God!
Masterpiece.
It was amazing. Seriously, it was.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't know what else to say, except that we had some notes. You can just real quick, just hear us out, okay? Think about it, okay?
Yes.
There's a couple pieces here. There's this piece here where the brother and sister thing, and we got the feud going. I got that. I get that part. I totally get that. This is what I'm talking about right here. Okay, the end.
Yes, it's a tragedy. Young love split.
And I got to tell you, moved me, brought me to tears, but didn't play really well in a focus group with our younger demo. We're kind of hoping, I don't know, they could live happily ever after.
What is your name?
Hamlet.
Got some shit for you, Hamlet. Some belong as tragedy.
It's true.
But a lot of times you don't want to see that movie again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I will never. And Schindler's List is a great example. I will probably never watch Schindler's List ever again. I just won't.
Yep.
I've seen it. It was powerful. I was moved. I'm done.
Yep. We have a similar opinion on this.
Wow. I'm glad I'm not drinking that. Go. All right.
Nailed it.
Oh.
Here, let me help
I
you.
don't know if that was a good idea.
Here, let me help you.
Thank you.
Here, let me help you.
Oh, great. We're both almost there. There you go.
Uh-oh, that's gone.
We're good. All right.
Okay.
Whew. Where were we?
My living room's cold today.
Well, you know.
All right. I fucking don't remember what we were talking.
What's going on? What was your week like?
My week was good. I'm editing a ton of stuff. I'm editing a thing for a good friend of ours by the name of Dorothy, who I wish she was here because we could talk to her a little bit about it. But the
Excuse me.
what are you laughing at, Chad?
So you're funny. What? Now suddenly it's a bad thing that I'm laughing?
You've never laughed before.
Well, that's because you haven't been funny except for.
No, it's a short film she went and shot in South Korea. And I'm just doing the rough cut of it, just putting together scenes and stuff like that.
It's an important thing, man. It's an important thing. Feel good about it.
But that's added like a lot more computer time for me.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Between like this show and sketches and stuff like that. So honestly, my past week hasn't been that interesting.
What? Well, that puts you in kind of a tough position because your workspace. Okay, you've seen his apartment.
You could all map my apartment based on
entire
memory if you've seen enough of my shit.
Your workspace is actually also your social space.
Yes.
So that's got to be kind of difficult for you. Right?
It's difficult for me and difficult for other people too. Last night, every Tuesday night, we're shooting this on Wednesday. Yeah. Every Tuesday night we have people over for just bullshit and we were hanging out and stuff. And I'm sitting there at my computer chair because I can just turn it and be in the living room. And I have last episode of Durnkt pulled up. Mm-hmm. And casually, as everyone's talking, I just find myself click, click, move, click. Mike,
wow.
Mike, what do you think? Yes?
It's like, pardon me, but your conversation is not stimulating enough for me.
I know.
I will be working on things that are far more interesting.
Hey, Mike. Mike.
Hey, what's up?
Super important. Can you put the game down?
Sure.
Super important. I just got. Yeah, could you the music too? Could you?
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
What's up? I just got an email. I got the email from some guys at Vimeo, and they've seen our show, and they're pretty super excited. They want Mike.
Yeah.
Come on, man. This is super important. Can we put the game down?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. So what they want to do is they want to try putting us up on a paid service, man. We could.
I'm such an asshole, but the biggest problem with having the workspace in the living space is that I don't have a natural born excuse not to be working on things. So it goes away. So my excuses for it goes away. If I'm sitting there and I have something to do, I just start doing it.
That's
and it's become super habit for me to do that.
Right.
Like I can't wait for us to move into the new house because at least it'll be downstairs. So if I'm upstairs with people, I'm not in front of my workspace.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to think about work, hopefully, at that point.
Totally get it. That's interesting. I didn't even think about that. So because you're always at your work. You're always in your workspace.
Yep.
So
I was there until 1 a.m. last night.
So what is that like?
All of the times. All of them.
So what is that like? You're hanging out with your wife. You're watching some TVs, right? It's like it's together time, you know. So together time is happening, and then suddenly you're like, "No, I'm now working on."
What I do when I'm trying to like be present, right? I'm going to use that word. When I'm trying to be present, is I just walk across the room and sit on the couch, but then I still find myself like casually staring at the computer, like I should be sitting over there right now. I should not be over here watching Chopped something.
Sometimes, with my wife, sometimes it's enough for her that I'm just in the same room, right?
Yeah.
She wants me to be around because, look at that. right? And so sometimes it's just good enough that I'm there. I mean, you know, I can be working on something on like my laptop or, you know, a thing, or and she'd be like reading her Kindle or watching some, you know, British TV show that I'm not interested in, and it's okay.
She like British TV?
She loves British TV.
I've tried British TV.
TV.
It's very hit and miss for me. What's your favorite British show?
Right now?
Sure.
Well, there's a TV show called Endeavor that's fucking awesome, but I'm waiting for the new. Yep, it's fantastic. Check it out if you haven't. Right now, I'm kind of into. Oh man, what is that show called? It's this period piece. It's sort of based on the Whitechapel area.
Is it called Period?
No, it is not. It could be. I mean, British TV could be called anything.
What's the name of that one on IFC? What's the name? Another Period. Another Period. It's a new comedy one about like Victorian era stuff, and it's got all comedians like Thomas Lennon and stuff like that. And it's just called Another Period.
Really? No,
it's
never.
Super funny. It's got both of the people from Garfunkel and Oates, and like, yeah.
So what does that mean? I mean, they get like a whole bunch of. Like,
it's basically
internet?
Downton Abbey, but with like dick and fart jokes all over the place.
Gotcha.
It's great.
Gotcha.
It's great.
There you go.
For anybody who like doesn't want to watch Downton Abbey and make fun of them, do that. you have an alternative.
There is some British TV that just fucking sucks.
No shit, right? It's so,
just not good.
It's
not good.
Like, I get British humor is dry humor, but when you're Sahara dry, it's not funny anymore.
There is a show called Vexed. Check out the first season. The first season of Vexed is actually pretty good. But in the second season, they changed up. It's basically, okay, it's a comedy of, centers around a kind of a misogynistic police detective. They don't call them detectives there. They call them, what do they call them? In
Constables.
No, they call them something.
Dicks
DIs.
Anonymous.
Detective something. I don't know. Anyway, it's like this dude.
Dick Inspector.
We're fine. We're moving away from the dicks. Away from the dicks. We're good.
Donald.
We're good.
Illinois.
And in the first season they team him up with. It's actually a great chemistry. They always team him up with a woman detective.
Daphne Illison.
It was great. But he's an asshole. So eventually she's like, "Fuck you." That's the end of the first season. 3-episode first season. How can the Brits get away with a 3-episode
dick
first
off.
season?
Dick insane.
Are you done with the dickness? So, but the second season they partner up with somebody different. And the chemistry just totally doesn't work. So watch the first season, 3 episodes of Vex, but then just stop watching it because it's not nearly as good. There you go.
Dildo Inspector.
Detective Inspector, thank you. You brought it all around with the dick jokes. Thank you.
Anonymous?
Okay, that sounds like a group you should belong to.
If stuff?
I have no idea what that means.
Chad sucks asshole?
Not lately. It was college!
Everyone has an experimental period! And that experimental period has to deal with sucking asshole.
Why is that wrong? I'm judging.
Womp, 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 womp.
To Abe's for some burgers and fries. What do you guys think?
Okay.
You guys deal? Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Because it's like one of my.
Okay, here we go. What? Wow. It's a good thing your stool floats.
Thanks for doing the joke. Buddy, I love you so much. You did the joke. I can't feel my legs anymore. Legs anymore. Legs anymore.
It's because he doesn't have enough, insulation around his torso, man.
It gets you fatter.
We're like ready
All
for
the
like
floating beers down
Home ownership might do that to you.
I have to dry off because I didn't bring out a shorts.
Dude, no. Are you serious?
I brought a whole bag of clothes that I can change into.
I walked out of the house with a frozen steak that I thought we might make here, and my wallet and keys and phone.
That's all I need. That's all I
And
need.
your shirt on.
And
the
this
hanger.
shirt.
On the hanger.
And that's the shirt on the hanger. And this lamp.
Oh my God.
And this paddleball. And this paddleball game.
It's that shirt. That's all I need.
The cigar.
And my dog.
Noodles.
I don't need my dog.
Shirt on a hanger reminds me. There was this kid. I can't even remember the guy's name, and I feel kind of bad about it. But this is back in the day when I still hung out with Matthew King. But there was this kid that we started hanging out with. We met through Jack, and we made so much fun of him for bringing his clothes on hangers. We went to Matt King's parents have a cabin out on some lake somewhere near Ashland. And this kid brought his change of clothes on hangers, and we made so much fun of him that he actually stopped hanging out with us.
You're an asshole.
Because we're assholes.
No, that just means he could not take it.
Because we're assholes.
Come on, well, we're all assholes, man. Half of the relationship I have with all of you is making fun of your shit.
He wasn't.
So,
He wasn't
so
strong
come
enough
on.
to say fuck you. I look good.
Let's go to Ames without him.
I just lost all my friends. Shit.